So one of the questions I often get at events, people see me speak and they get really fired up about me, but they say, can you win if you don't have all the special interest funding that the other candidates have? And here's what I say to that. You know, one thing we're doing right now is, on this campaign, I think we've shocked a lot of people. I've been going out to all of these, we've had forums with all of the other candidates at these forums, and I'm coming out on top of every single forum. The Tea Party guy, something the Republican establishment never would have expected. The Tea Party guy is winning the forums. And that's, you know, when you're in that room and you see us side by side, people are really rallying to get behind me, and I have that backing. I've got the We the People and the Liberty Movement and, you know, the 912ers and all the various Tea Party organizations out there. And they're really getting behind me in this race. One thing that we need is we need funds. Elections are not cheap. They don't come free. It takes a lot of money. Just driving across the district costs money. Putting flyers in people's hands costs money, and signs and ads, and these things all cost money. Now I'm not taking the backing of special interest groups. I was asked early on by a lobbyist. He contacted me and said, you know, will you, we're going to support you. We love your ideas. We love what you believe in. But then at the end of his conversation, it turned to, well, let's talk about what you can bring back to the district. And, you know, as soon as he said that, of course, we all know exactly where he was going. And I stopped this lobbyist and I told him, you know, let me explain something to you before we go any further. I don't know that you're not accustomed to hearing this from people who are running for office, but I'm not for sale. I haven't heard from that lobbyist since that day when we hung up the phone, and I don't expect that I ever will. You see, the way our elections work right now is people run for office and they go out after special interest money. Those special interests fund the campaigns, whether they're union groups or any of these other interests. They fund that campaign. That person gets elected, and then they take taxpayer dollars as giveaways to those companies that supported them getting elected. This, ladies and gentlemen, this has to stop. That money is funneled back into a re-election campaign. They get re-elected and give more money to these groups. At some point, someone has to stand up on principle and say, you know, we have to stop this madness. We have to stop the union groups from controlling our elections. The SEIU and ACORN should not be controlling federal elections in this country. That has to stop. In my campaign, it's not happening. I refuse to take any money from any special interest group. I'm the only person in the race that's done that. And instead, I've made a commitment that I'm going to raise 100% of my money from regular Americans, the Tea Party movement. That's where my money's coming from. And that's a cause that I believe in. If I'm going to go to Washington, I had a friend that called me, and she had put me in contact with that lobbyist. And she had worked for a former administration and raised a lot of money for that individual. And she told me, she said, David, I agree with you. I believe in your principles. I think you'd be a great congressman. But if you don't take that money, you'll never get there. And she said, you will never accomplish anything that you believe in. All those great hopes and dreams you have will never get accomplished if you don't take that money. And I stopped her and I told her, I don't think you understand. If I take that money, if I become just like everyone else and take that money, then I've already failed to do everything that I believe in. I've already failed to do everything that I want to accomplish. You know, my dreams don't have to do with becoming a congressman. They're not, you know, they don't have to do with running the show. I want to give people individual freedom and liberty. I want to protect the Constitution of the United States of America and get out of the citizens' way, letting them do whatever and pursue their own dreams and do whatever they want to do in their lives. I don't want to go in there like everyone else, and which is the way it currently works, where I'm beholden to some special interests. So in my campaign, I've made a commitment that I will get 100% of my funding from people just like you. And I need your support to do this. And if you appreciate that, if you stand behind that same belief that special interests should stop funding our elections, then please take the time to support me. Thank you.